we go, turn it up.
Beep, 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 beep.
Turn it up. Here we go, turn it up.
She enjoying her Thursday morning.
Yeah, sorry.
That's
I had a new opening for you. Here we go, here we go, turn it up. Turn it up. Anything that can make him do music, turn it up, is a good thing because he knows how to make songs. I said, turn it up.
That was off. You shouldn't have. Come on.
I try to put the words in there.
You gotta put it in the rhythm of the thing.
It's gonna get there though. I'm gonna practice, and then I'm gonna be a comedian, a musician.
Too many jobs, none to do well.
You are not.
That is too many jobs to do any one of them well.
Why to have? But all of them match. An MC.
Yes,
a
it's called the
comedian.
entertainment industry. It is an industry. Industry denotes more than one, and everybody's good at a different thing.
But they all have microphones, so I feel like they all match. An MC, a comedian, and a singer.
Okay.
They all use microphones.
In the CIA, spies have these things called microphones when they try to, or they phone tap you. Those are also microphones.
But they're not. That's
Not
the same
entertainment.
business.
So she's gonna be a spy. She's gonna be Jack Ryan. She's gonna be James Bond. Plus,
actually,
an MC Bond.
Comedian, rapper, singer. Yeah.
Spy.
Yeah.
You know what? If we were in World War II, maybe
That might work out.
you could have been the Matahara.
I'm just saying. You got to put the skills together.
Gotta just try to
Put them together.
create a tapestry of things
Yes.
to get a job.
Good at 18, can't get one job. That's so funny.
Good morning, everybody. We're gonna be moving.
Are we
I'll
moving
wait.
slowly? Is what's
A little
happening?
bit. Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Oh.
Well, no, I'm going to be, testing and tweaking and doing the thing.
Oh, we're testing and tweaking.
Well, just to make sure.
today.
Oh, you can hear that. Okay. It might be a little low. If it's a little low, guys, let us know, and we'll turn it up. Now that I have a way to do that. Why is it
coming out?
Why
all of
is
a
it
sudden?
coming out? Okay. Anyway, so let us know if you guys can hear it well. If you cannot hear it well, then we shall adjust accordingly.
We shall adjust. Good morning,
We
Mia.
shall adjust.
Mia, since you're there, let us know if you can hear us well or we need to adjust accordingly.
Good morning, Glow. Good
Yes.
morning, Mia. Good morning, Christina Porter.
And George Haynes.
And good morning,
Good morning.
DeAndrea Harkless. Good morning to you as well.
D. Let me tell you what D did to me yesterday.
What do you do to you?
She came and didn't even tell me she was here.
Okay.
So, like, I was waiting. I was like,
I thought it was going to be some old,
No.
but y'all.
she didn't do anything, like, really bad or anything at all. But just be like,
Didn't she
not
set it
tell
up
me.
like it was like an affront against
Right.
humanity? Let me tell you what
What
D
she
did
did to
yesterday.
me.
She was here. I didn't know.
Right. Because I was.
Is that it?
I
That's
wanted
the
to
end of the
go
story?
home. I wanted to go home. And so D was like,
Okay.
well, I'm going to be there to end the last show, the last TV show, so I can end it and all that kind of stuff. I was like, great.
Okay.
But she was not there. And so I was like, she's not coming. I'm going to have to stay here for the whole time.
Okay.
So I went in the other room and I was watching the show on the TV on the other side. And I was like, and then all of a sudden, as I'm watching the show, I hear D's voice in the background. I said, why am I still here?
So it was an affront to your sleep.
Right. It was cutting into my you can go home now time, right? Like, can I
It
go
was
home now?
5:03 and she was ready.
It was 9:03 p.m.
You know what I mean. Yeah.
And I was
Oh man,
ready.
9:03.
p.m.
I was like this.
Right. I was ready. And I was in the other room like this. When they coming?
I was on some old sunset syndrome
I'm just
at
saying,
9:03.
man. I'm just saying it was
Zay, what? Wake up. What? Nika's still up. So?
we gonna be up together, fool. That's how we do this. We have the little small.
You that type too, right? If I was and you was up, you just be like, Zay.
I got a question.
Zay.
And when you say what, I'm gonna be like, nothing. It's okay. Were you asleep?
You can't sleep either, huh?
Were you asleep? I'm sorry. Let's talk.
Can I just tell you
Since
that
you're up.
I do that to my wife?
She gets so mad
I
at you.
do that to my wife. If I am like I'm up, and then I think she should be up, like
You wake her up. That is so
like let's say it's a
insensitive.
Saturday morning and okay, so you know that when you wake up early to do anything on a Monday through Friday basis, you are going to wake up the same way on the weekends. You try,
most
but
likely.
you know, for the most
you're
part,
like, why am I up? It's 8:20. It's
right,
Saturday. Yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. So I inevitably still wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, right? I try to flip over and go back to sleep,
by
and
8
maybe
and
I could get another half hour, but for the most part, I'm up at 5. 8 o'clock rolls around. I've been up 3 hours, you know, and I'm like, man, this chick need to get up.
Because you bored.
Bored.
So I'm gonna say this is
and sometimes I say that to her. Sometimes I'm like, Nene, like if I'm bored just as our relationship, and she's doing something, I'm like, nah, man, I need you to play with me. Like I can't. I'm bored, man. Can you come and play with me? Well, okay, not everything is sexual.
I know.
Most things are, but not everything. Not everything.
Not everything.
So I'm like,
But
man,
yeah.
I'm bored. You need to play. I need somebody. You need to play with me.
Yeah, give me some attention.
You need to play with me. Like,
and
come on.
then so this is me and my dude on his days off, and I don't have a day off, right? So he'll be like, I've got the whole day planned. We're gonna get up at 7 and do waffles and drive to Austin and
Oh, my.
And I'll be like,
Slow
sleep,
down.
look,
Yeah.
sleep. Freaking tired as hell. Can I get this 8 hours in real quick?
Great. Bring me some.
Right. Call
me
me.
some
Let me
waffles.
know how the trip was.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like literally.
Don't waste too much gas. You can stop in New Braunfels.
I'm so rude.
What?
And poor mama just tired and trying to
Tired.
sleep in on her Saturday, and you trying to wake up because you,
I'm like,
you want something to do.
I have been known to do this.
Oh no, I'm
Nene.
whooping your ass.
I have been known to just lift her eyelid
If you lift an eyelid,
and wake her up and what Zay, and I'm like, oh, you can't sleep either.
ladies.
Like I will wake her up and then ask her, what, you can't sleep either?
What you gonna do to him after he will lift up your eyelid on a Saturday morning at 8 a.m.? I'm gonna buy your wife a gift.
And we still together.
I'm gonna buy her a gift. I sure am.
I will. I'll just be like, hey. She'll be like, what? And I'm like, I'll ask her 1,000 questions until she just finally gets up. Just wake, like, what? Nene, what? I think we're low on sugar.
So mad at you. So
Okay, put it on the list. Right, I'll put it on the list.
I'd kill you.
Right, I'll put it on the
kill
list.
you. That's
and
what
then I'll
she said.
leave. And then 30 seconds later, come back in. Nene, what?
We're not gonna let him talk about this no more.
I washed the dishes.
About him waking us up in
Okay.
the middle of our sleep. Oh my God.
Nene, what? I'm gonna do laundry today. Okay.
Okay,
All
so
right.
I'm glad my man's not the only one that does that. I'll be like, why is you telling me everything? But he just wants me to be involved in that. I get it. He's bored.
Nene, what? I think we should get chocolate for Halloween this year. It's 7:45
I'm
in
so
the
mad at
morning,
you
2
right
months
now.
away.
Yeah.
I know, but I just had the idea. Remind me. Just trying to get her brain working so that she like, fine, I'm up.
Yeah, no.
I'm like,
whooping
you
butt.
can't sleep either?
I'm whooping your butt.
Yeah,
So
you're
look, check this out. George put this up on his post and yesterday or whatever, and it just reminds me of what I was saying yesterday.
What were you saying yesterday?
About advertising and stuff and target marketing and things of that such. So there's a petition. Remember we were talking about the things of that such. There's a petition that was going around, yesterday.
petition about-
Well, there's an actual petition now. We talked about it yesterday for a quick minute. The sign that had the hairstylist crossed out.
Oh,
right.
there was a petition to take
And
down
now
the
there's a
billboard that's
petition.
on walls.
Yes.
Okay,
And now
there's
there's a
so
petition.
much to say before you just
Yeah.
spring stuff
It's
on
all
me.
right.
I
They-
had
they
no
will-
I was not. And I am with you
Hey,
here.
Zay.
Two days. Like,
Yeah.
yo, I have issues. And, issues are?
Y'all are gonna go to that one counseling together.
No, issues. You know, you gotta have a subscription.
True. I have no subscription.
No.
People got subscribed. You gotta subscribe.
So look,
trying to
now we're
unsubscribe
going
from
to
my
go to
Hey.
the issue
Hold on.
at hand.
The screen is black.
What's going on now?
Why is it blank? I see we're good there. Maybe it's just my phone.
What's happening?
Do you see it? Do you guys see us? Can you see us? Sometimes things are slow.
These issues that we having this morning. Let me tell you something.
The interwebs, and it's not our fault.
No,
There are other folks involved between us and you. And if there's ever, I don't like that.
Okay. Well, look, man. I don't know whether to do the show.
Do the show,
I'm gonna
because-
just sit here until y'all get ready.
Man, do the show because YouTube's got us.
Right. We're fine. We're fine on Facebook
We're
too.
fine.
I see us.
You need to refresh your phone.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw this away.
I see us.
Oh well,
And
see,
hearts, they see us.
We see hearts. But I don't
Everybody
see
sees us.
see
So you trying to stop the feed?
No, I'm not trying to stop nothing. Man, this is a train, girl. We just go. Let it stop naturally. Anyway, I guess we're good. So, what were you gonna say? So the petition.
So are
the
we ready
petition
yet?
to actually.
Yeah, we're ready.
The petition.
Oh, now you ready?
You were in the middle
I
of a
know.
thing.
I was in the middle of a thing.
Just
I'm
because
just,
I interrupted
I'm
the
just
thing
saying.
doesn't mean that the thing shouldn't still happen. Nika.
Oh, you so moved that camera. He so moved the camera. It's back.
I don't know nothing. What is happening?
Okay, cool beans. I'm gone.
I used to be at NBC.
I used to have my own show on NBC.
I used to be on NBC.
Yeah.
What is happening right now?
Right now, you just right here. There's
Why
nothing
hast
up
thou
with the feed.
forsaken me?
Everything is fine. We just can't stay on topic at this time. Everybody's like, we're going to leave and come back.
So there used to be somebody in my ear that would say, keep it moving. Or there was somebody that would feed me the next story. Or there was always... Oh, you listening? Sorry. I thought
Well, we was
you
on
ready
the
now?
next story, but you wanted
ready
to go
now?
back to your
well, because,
nighttime
I'm figuring
tragedies.
telling my boss
Nighttime
about my life.
tragedies.
And she don't care. That's fine. That's fair.
Go start a. All right, and we're back.
Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. I think we've already done that. What? I think it's back. I don't know.
We have no idea.
I'm
We
pretty
done lost
sure.
all of our listeners, but
Have we?
yeah,
People just left?
they left.
Why?
They're gone.
Where'd they go?
I don't know, but on my feed, they're gone.
See? Oh, no. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Is it the one radio, right?
Honestly, I'm concerned. It's not moving. Good morning. Annette, no. Annette, we can hear you. Stop talking bad about us. Okay.
We're not
No,
talking about bad
we're
about
on.
y'all. We're talking
on.
about
They
bad
can
about
see
them.
us. They can see us. They
Okay,
can hear
we're
us.
back.
We're
All
on.
right.
I don't know if we ever left, honestly. Okay, so let's take it back. So, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Miss Nika in the Morning. I am Zay. That is Miss Nika, and it is a beautiful day here in the Alamo City. A little bit of rain, a little bit of things happening. Of course, the big story weather-wise is what's happening on the east coast of the country. Hurricane Florence is barreling straight for the east coast of the United States, and it looks like the Carolinas are the bullseye, right?
Ooh.
So a lot of people have already evacuated. A lot of there's a lot of worry, because even though the storm is now dropped from a category 4, at one point it was trying to reach 5, but now it's category 2. The surge, because all the coastal areas are feared to flood, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. The storm surges will be feet above you. Like I'm 5'7", I'm 5'9", almost 5'8.5", and the storm surges can get up to like 9 feet. So that's me looking up, right? That's taller than Shaq. That's taller than any basketball player. And even they would maybe be in trouble. They would definitely be in trouble. So now imagine your house. How tall is the first floor of your house if you only have one floor, right? So that is also an issue. And storm surges, which is basically the water, the mini teeny weeny tsunamis that keep hitting the shore, that is actually the number one cause of death in any storm, right? So So all the warnings are still there. Some of the weather people are saying that even though it's a Category 2 storm, that just basically means that the winds are at Category 2, but the surges are still expected to be Category 5 surges in terms of how much water is actually going to hit the shores. So from one of the islands I was watching this morning is evacuated 60,000 people that live on one of these islands, and there are currently 100 people that just are hard-headed and decided not to leave. But if you can imagine, look at that exodus from 60,000 people to 100 people. Everybody left
out,
and right now, National Guards, the National Guard is basically protecting all the bridges leading to all the island, the different barrier islands across the East Coast to ensure that nobody tries to get back. Nobody tries to go back in. If you want to leave, you might still have a couple of hours before actually things get crazy.
Then it's
like, okay, we're going to close this. Everybody run for shelter. And if you're still on that island, maybe we'll see you in a couple of days.
Godspeed. Because
this thing is kind of everywhere. And we do have a picture of the size.
Oh my God.
This thing is a Category 2 now, but in dropping to Category 2, it grew, right? So it became a Category 2 hurricane, but then it grew. So the hurricane force winds are 80 miles, right, from the center of the hurricane.
Yeah.
So 80 miles in every direction from the center of this hurricane will have hurricane force winds. And then you'll feel tropical storm winds 120 miles out.
Wow.
Or 200 or 100 and something, or almost 200 miles out. It'll be tropical storms. Right? So we're talking about all kinds of places. It's obviously going to hit right here in the Wilmington, and then continue to Raleigh and Greensboro and stuff like that. But you'll be able to feel tropical storm winds all the way down in Georgia, the top of Florida, maybe. Yeah. It's gonna be bananas. So crazy. Anyway, guys, if you guys got friends out there, family out there, just tell them to stay safe, and tell them that tell them the one told you, what are you doing? Take us on the app. You don't have to be home for us. Right. Put us on the app and then drive.
We'll keep you entertained.
I know you want to, but still, we're everywhere.
Yes,
you
don't
have
to
worry about that. Anyway, so locally, let's bring it on back. San Antonio it's shaping up to be a pretty nice day, although there will be rain happening tonight, rain into tomorrow morning. The high today is going to be 85 degrees with a low of 75 tonight, with scattered thunderstorms all across our area today. And then tomorrow there will be thunderstorms. So it's interesting, the terminology, right? So scattered storms and scattered thunderstorms. But then when it says, oh no, honey, thunderstorms. Yeah. And then it's like, it's going to be all day. So tomorrow look forward. I don't know. Tomorrow, look for thunderstorms happening all day. Saturday, thunderstorms happening all day. And Sunday, starting to try to come out of that a little bit with scattered thunderstorms on Sunday as well.
Rainy weekend,
but rain or shine apparently is going down at Tanks.
Right.
So love is love.
Right.
And also, last thing, obviously, for our stuff in the morning, what are we celebrating today? It is September 13th. 2018. Britney Spears has been a thing for 20 years.
Has she?
20 years she dropped her first single.
She has, because I used to work in Foot Action, and they had the Britney Spears Oops, I Did It Again.
The launch, the whole.
Well, they had the video on their little video roll, and so I know all the moves for that song.
I can't wait.
Just let you know.
For karaoke.
Yeah,
to be like, nope, you got to do Oops, I Did It Again. Oops, I Did It Again. Look at this. Look at this. Preview.
Do you think I was kidding?
Calm it down. Anyway, today is September 13th, 2018, and it is National
Peanut Day.
National Peanut Day. Look at this. Is this going to move? Do I have to? Okay. Today is National Peanut Day we are celebrating, so go grab some peanuts if you want to celebrate. It is also National Uncle Sam Day and National Kids Take Over the Kitchen Day. So if you got
What's Uncle Sam Day?
National Uncle Sam Day. I'm gonna show you.
Because I mean, we don't know who Uncle Sam is,
Right.
but
So Uncle Sam, being the man behind the iconic image and fascinating nickname for the U.S. government, is recognized on Uncle Sam Day. Uncle Sam Day was, I guess it was started in 1766.
Okay.
Apparently, Sam. Well, he was born. So the guy who it's
himself.
based on,
Gotcha.
is Uncle Sam. Let me make it a little bit smaller here. All right, so Sam Wilson, a meat packer from New York,
A meat packer
from
Hello.
New York, supplied barrels of meat to soldiers during the War of 1812. To identify the meat for shipment, Wilson prominently stamped U.S. on the barrels. It wasn't long before the soldiers dubbed the grub a delivery from Uncle Sam, as such nicknames tend to do, and then it popularly spread. Right?
I did not know that.
During the War of 1812, dude was a meat packer. Like, all right, listen, we're gonna send out some hot dogs and some bratwurst and some beef and chicken and all that stuff to the troops.
And it was a delivery from Uncle Sam.
Delivery from Uncle Sam.
And that's what we got.
Man, there it is. And there it is. So today we celebrate his birthday, which was September 13th.
The man's birthday.
1766 was when he was born.
That's pretty cool.
Uncle Sam, the term was coined during the War of 1812.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's pretty awesome. It's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. So yeah, and then also Kids Take Over the Kitchen Day. So maybe if you are brave,
Yeah, that's something I ain't trying to do.
if you're brave and you think, oh, my kids are darling. My kids are so delightful. If your kids are delightful, then let them have a go in the kitchen and make whatever they want, and look forward for dinner to having, I don't know, pizza with gummy bears on it or something. I don't know. Whatever the kids.
Some fun kitchen, like making homemade pizzas. And
Right. Maybe as an adult, you should control that.
Yeah.
And say, okay, we can either have this or have this or have this first and then this after.
Kids in the kitchen,
But
I
let's
don't even
not
think
put
about the food that they're making, because you're right. They could have gummy worms on it. They could have whatever. When kids decorate
Right.
cookies, it'd be like so much, right?
But at least it's a cookie.
yeah.
Not like, let's have spaghetti with M&Ms in it.
Right. That doesn't do.
Because
right.
they're really about color and what it looks
And
like.
that's
wow,
cool.
I love M&Ms and I love spaghetti. Maybe let's put it together.
Exactly. But I see a messy kitchen.
Right.
And I am so not
Right.
down with that.
Tomorrow will be National Clean Your Kitchen Day.
Yeah, for real.
Absolutely.
For real.
Anyway, so that is what's happening this morning. Those are the things that we
Beautiful.
are celebrating today.
Beautiful.
And now that we are back on track, let's talk a little bit about this billboard and
This
the
billboard.
and the thing. You said that there was a
Well, there was a post that I thought, was so interesting, and when we talk about advertising, we as I don't even know. I'm not gonna even put it on the browns, sweetie. I'm just gonna say the blacks, because I don't know how sensitive you guys get with advertising and stuff, but we get real sensitive, right? We got mad about the little kid that had the monkey on his shirt, and mom was like, "Look, we overseas. We not in America. We don't care about the same stuff that y'all care about." My little man got paid. He took 8 different pictures, but the fact that the little black boy had a monkey on his shirt, we didn't like that, right? And we made big havoc. So we always get upset. We got upset about the advertisement with oh crap, what was the makeup or whatever, when they were changing the ladies and the skin color, and it went from a black woman to a white one. We got mad about that. And
that was a soap. That was a soap
something like that.
commercial or
And it was just a clip, you know what I'm saying? But they brought that particular clip back, and just people just did not like the fact that you got to turn a black woman into anything. Like, why can't we just be us? And that's what people were saying then. So we get upset about things that are advertised at us,
of course,
to us a lot. Right. And in San Antonio right now, this last few days, definitely yesterday, a lot of people were talking about and asked to sign a petition
right.
to take a particular billboard down. Mm-hmm. That billboard was for coding, a coding school,
right.
And basically code up, and
mm-hmm.
it basically had hairstylist on there. They had it crossed out, and then it said code up,
right.
and then the rest of the stuff. Now, they are targeting.
I'm going to pull up the
the ad.
The picture.
They are targeting hairstylists, right? Because when you there's different. First of all, there's different billboards. So there's billboards that have different job titles and things like that crossed out. Still not a good thing. But they're targeting hairstylists. If you notice on the billboard at the bottom, it says go to codeup.com/hairstylist. So they're literally marketing
wait.
to.
But did you go to it? Because the thing was that she's a hairstylist. The person that's on the actual
you're absolutely
billboard
right.
is the hairstylist.
Yes.
So it's just like if we go to, I'm looking for the picture so I can show you guys.
Yeah.
In case you missed yesterday's show. Oh my gosh.
I was about to click the link and I didn't, so I actually want to see what it says. But on the billboard it says codeup.com/hairstylist.
Right.
So that means that if you go to that website, you're gonna go to a sign up for CodeUp, but it's basically saying that we're looking for hairstylists.
No,
you don't think that?
I don't think so. I don't agree with
to
that.
have the code of hairstylist on the back of the website page.
Okay, so it changed it to stylist when I typed it in, and okay, so I guess I'll show you guys what I'm looking at here. So this is what comes up. It's codeup.com/stylist, and then it's just basically
the sign up page for CodeUp.
No, it's just it's the CodeUp
Information.
website, CodeUp website, right? So it's not to sign up. It doesn't ask you to sign up or anything.
It just gives you information.
Gives you the info, but of course,
so if you
the
take
apply now and
stylist
stuff.
off of it, what does it go to?
Let's find out.
So
learn to code, launch your career. So
okay,
it's
so it does go to a different page.
Right, it goes to a different page. I want, and then it says here.
I mean,
for
if you have a
employers, for students.
/stylist, and again on the video it says hairstylist. I mean on the
which I'm trying to find right now because I really want to. I really want to show them. Oh my gosh, how come I can't find it was yesterday. We talked about this.
Yeah,
yesterday.
I'm gonna tell you. If you go to, let's see if I can find it for you.
I do not. Hold on. Come on.
Because to me, when we were looking at it, myself and B Michelle, because she was discussing just different branding and marketing and why it caused confusion and what words you could use to not cause the confusion, and when you're branding your company, things that you want to watch out for, right? So that was kind of what she used this particular scenario to talk about it, but. Again, as you can see, it says /stylist, and you're talking about a hairstylist, and so to me, that's obviously looking for people who are in that industry. It is also off of Walsham Road, and we all know that Walsham Road is kind of like somewhat of a hairstylist district. You've got a ton of hair salons on that area, plus you've got a ton of hair stores in that area. More in that area than I know of any other area. So to me, I feel like that's kind of the hairstyling. Like little, place.
I'd be interested to see, because I honestly, it's weird, but being in this industry, you realize that a lot of things seem like there's something extra about it.
But there's not.
And it's really just stupidity, right? Because how many producers do you know that it's like, oh, I'm gonna do this, that's dumb. Why are you doing it?
Right.
Like
exactly.
you're just not thinking it through, right?
Exactly.
And a lot of these people have a power to create a thing that someone else is paying them to create with, and just trusting that they're gonna do their job properly and what have you. And then in the end, it's like
all the way through.
A lot of these people, advertising executives today are like 24 years old.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
What do you know about
and again,
life,
people were asking,
and
again, it kind of goes to that, because when I was hearing the conversations of yesterday, I was thinking of a whole bunch of different things. I was thinking about marketing, first of all, and numbers, and I'm also thinking about how much billboard advertisements cost. And I feel like, don't you think somebody did some research on that?
No, I can honestly tell you.
You feel like they didn't. I feel like
I feel like they didn't think, because it also depends on. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong, and this is exactly what they want, and they want us to talk about it and what have you. Right. But I certainly not only have can imagine a situation, but I've personally seen situations where a bunch of money is spent on stuff that people didn't think
all the way through.
Not because they didn't want to, or maybe even because of laziness, but honestly because they don't know. They didn't know, right? People walk in different circles all over the place.
That's right.
What this tells me is that the person who created this and put this out, if they didn't think it all the way through, they honestly are just ignorant about what they're doing. And it's not how to market, because obviously it got in front of everybody.
Right.
But tempering messages and knowing who's going to look at a message and either be offended or not offended or what have you, right? And then if they are, or if they do realize what they're doing, then they may not care. Right. It's like, whatever, man. I'm not redoing that thing again. Just put it up on the billboard. Because Code Up, there's a Code Up billboard right as I'm leaving here. I get on 37 to start heading north, and it has nothing to do with
because the thing is that they have a bunch of different careers.
There's different billboards all over.
Different billboards.
And the one that's right here doesn't have any career on it.
It doesn't have any career on it.
It doesn't have any career on it. I'm not even sure if it has. It might have a person on it, but it doesn't talk about change your career or anything like that.
Because that's what most people are angry about. The crossing out of the hairstylist, like a hairstylist isn't good enough.
Right.
And that's what people are angry about. And that's where the conversation of how you can market better. I'm just curious because, again, we're looking at numbers. We're looking at people who you would think do research about it. So I'm just curious. Let's just do some research. So I researched, annual salaries for hairdressers. How much money is the average person making a year? The highest paid, one of the highest paid hairdressers are at $40,000. The average person is making under $17,000 a year. So if you looked at it in that broad way, you might say, well, look, a hairdresser makes their own hours lots of times. They're able to work in different places. Maybe that's a great profession to match with coding. Like you said, what if we put hairdresser and coder and switch that word
from
and have
to
some people yesterday were saying because once you're a hairdresser and a stylist, you're always one. As long as you have your license, you can do it. You can do it out your home. You can do it out whatever. So we all know people have more than one job. There's not people. It's not one job world around here. People have 2-3 jobs. So maybe that job goes really well with coding. Who knows? But who knows? I'm always thinking to myself, I try to give the benefit of the doubt of a company that might do a little bit of research. So when I was looking through, someone on social media put that Nike put out the same thing. We are a billion-dollar company. We're okay losing the Make America Great Again money. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've done our research. We know who buys our product. We know what areas buy it, what they buy, what they're doing, and all that good stuff. We did that before we put the ad out.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of, like you're saying, a lot of people don't think. I'm thinking when you spend that much money, you've done something.
I mean,
those are not cheap campaigns.
Maybe not. The other thing is, I've never heard of Code Up.
Yeah, it's new.
First time I ever heard of Code Up was here.
Yeah.
And then you get a billboard, and I don't know what billboards cost here, but billboards are, everywhere I've ever been before here, and I don't know what billboards cost here.
I can tell you.
But $2,000 a month.
Anywhere from $2,500 to $10,000 a month, depending on how many you get, where you get them.
Well, of course, how many? But no,
but like a simple
billboard, where it is, right?
Simple billboard, depending on where it is. Like I had a gentleman that did a billboard for his past show. He paid like $2,000 for it to be up there for hot 14 days.
$2,000 for 14 days.
15 days, yeah.
So in seeing that, then and you have a bunch of advertising money, and you're going to put up billboards all over San Antonio because, as we said, this is not the only billboard,
right?
And certainly not the only one that we've seen, right? They're everywhere. So if these guys if these guys have a good $100,000 budget for advertising, then spending 20 a fifth of that on billboards, and they're really worried about TV commercials and ad buys and buying time on,
because the billboard is just one of the things.
It's just one of the things, and a lot of times it's the smallest thing.
Absolutely.
Even though it sounds like a lot, $2,000 a month for one billboard, $2,000 for 2 weeks, $4,000 a month for one billboard. Yeah, but when you're looking at it on a bigger scale, it's not that much for them, and it's probably not on the forefront of their mind. Number two, as you said, if they know what they're looking at, maybe even if they did, I didn't know those numbers. 17,000 does not seem like a lot. And if you want to target somebody who's not making a whole lot of money, and you're gonna piss off hairdressers, right? You're gonna piss off hairdressers, of course. A lot of an industry, but you're not gonna piss off
the ones that are making
most of them, which are the ones that are making under 17,000 a month.
That was
right?
my point. So like
so
the people
maybe they did that. What you did? You think?
Yeah, so that was my thing. I'm like, the people that were asking, and again, I use Tony Campbell as an example. She's one of the main people that's like, look, unacceptable, right? Which I completely feel her. I feel like crossing out somebody's job is unacceptable because you're making the appearance that it's not good enough, or I can give you better, or forget about this. I don't care if it said pet groomer on there or whatever. The cross out is where it becomes unacceptable, right?
I understand.
But
sure.
when I look at it, and again, when I saw it, I see Tony. I see another young lady who's talking about it. I start thinking about the hairdressers that I know. Oh, wow, they're successful, though. Tony has done some fantastic things, traveled.
Right.
She's got a brick and mortar hair salon. She's in the small percentage of people probably making, and again, they said people making, there wasn't anybody on the average numbers. Now, this was, of course, when they do numbers, it was 2 years ago, right? So these are the numbers from 2013 or whatever the case may be. Okay. But your highest paying hairdressers was $40,000, you know? So again, if your average person is making under 17,000,
where?
This was just in general. This was
like across the country.
I said your average national, and
the
then
higher paid,
right?
Were
and it said
in
the highest
40s.
paid, and then it said the lowest paid.
I see.
And the lowest paid was between 14,000 and 17,000. So they were saying $10 an hour to, $14 an hour, something like this. You know. So when I look at it, I say, man, but everybody can't be them. Now, I'm not saying that I'm sorry, everybody could be them, but not everybody might have their work ethic, their talent, their blessings, right? There's a lot of hairdressers out there that might be starving, that might be looking for something else to do.
Oh,
that
that's
might
for
be,
sure. That's for
right?
sure.
Because we know in our own self that the hair industry is $1 billion industry. Weave, color, cut, style, runways, all of this stuff. We know it's $1 billion industry, but is everybody in this city making the money that they need to make as a hairdresser?
Okay, so it's $1 billion industry, but where is that money? That money is not with the hairdressers. Those billions of dollars are not with the hairdressers.
And it's not with the, and if even
Those
if it
billions
was
of dollars
with
were
some
in the
hairdressers, and that's exactly right. So
Right.
you have hairdressers like a Tony Campbell, like a Liddell, who Liddell actually has her own products.
Right.
She's coming out with makeup products. And so, yes, that's where the
Right,
money's
that's where
going
the
to
money
come
is.
in the product.
Right.
But she's been doing it for 20 years. She's got a beautiful salon. Not everybody can say that. And I bet there's some hairdressers out there that saw that and said, oh, I can code? Oh, I can make $50. Oh, let me call.
Let me try
So
something else,
sometimes when I say, again, I'm not trying to be in any type of way. I'm just saying target marketing is target marketing for a reason. It's targeting somebody. If it doesn't make, if it ain't targeting you. You know how many billboards you pass by every day because it ain't targeting you?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know
how
what
many
I'm
we
saying?
just don't pay attention
you
to?
don't, and that's why, because whatever word is in there, it's not targeting you. You don't pay attention to all the lawyer billboards until you need a lawyer.
Right.
Then you realize there's 28 lawyer billboards from your house to work.
Right.
You never noticed them because you didn't need a lawyer.
Right.
So marketing and everything, there's psychology behind it.
There is.
And so that's my whole thing. Let's go to the company, call and ask them what did you mean by this? Can I get a statement behind why you put this billboard up?
Right.
Why did you cross out this? Ask some questions, first, or whatever. Maybe not. I'm just, in my mind, I'm thinking there's got to be a reason behind it. And when you go and you fight, and you don't even ask, and you're like, I'm mad, and then somebody says, well, in San Antonio, there's an average of this many people looking out of work,
Right.
and they come with some statistics on your ass.
$5,000 a year, and we're giving them an alternative. Oh. Maybe.
I'm
Maybe
giving you
not.
both sides, and I'm giving you both. So
maybe
there's
not,
that,
you're
and
right.
then there could be just some ignorant ass fools up at the top.
And
just
then it's
saying,
like, oh, let's put this one on Walsham
Yes.
because it's, there's 30. But on let's put this one on 35 because, and then not realizing, because if you drive 35 and this is where I've normally seen them because, let's say Austin here or here to Austin, you see billboards, right? Or let's say you take it from downtown Austin to downtown San Antonio, you're going to see a good handful of code up, billboards. Maybe that's just the one that landed at Walsham because this is what we bought. And,
this is where they put it.
What is it? Time Warner or whatever the companies that own them here. Clear Channel even. Well, this is how they distributed them, and it ended up
maybe
being
they
there.
had no idea
where
the
Again,
thing is.
The ignorance is
deep
huge. With people,
yes,
with some people, you know.
But because it's a company that's not from
valid.
San Antonio, those questions could be exactly that.
Right.
We just went by what Time Warner suggested,
from our
marketing person who went and said, "This is where I'm going to put your billboards because I feel as your marketing company that they're going to be best here."
I think they are a San Antonio company. Because the contact information is
well, no, they probably
San Antonio,
are, but
Texas.
we've all just heard of them right now. So we were thinking that it was a new company.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That just came in and like, okay, this is what's up.
Know.
Now I did get another comment about someone who said, and again, as black folks, guys, we all across the board, right? We mad, we angry. Some don't give a crap. Some like, what's the problem here? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, read Mia.
Mia, what?
Oh, sorry. Okay, so this just then, this according to Mia Morris, the CEO did release a statement, and he also apologized to those offended.
Boom. So that means that they were ignorant in what they was doing.
Maybe.
Well,
maybe.
That doesn't necessarily mean that they're ignorant. They
let me get some more of this news cycle by releasing this.
Let me get some more of this news cycle.
Let me release this statement. Sorry, y'all.
But we're not taking the sign down. Did he say that? Did he say he was taking the sign down?
I don't know, man. I'm not reading Mia said.
I'm asking Mia. Shoot. Did he say he was going to take it down, though? He apologized to the people.
I look it up? Should I?
Yeah, look it up.
All right, I'm going to look it up.
I'm saying you could go.
So tell us about the petition.
I'll tell you about the petition, too. But I'm going to tell you what this other lady said. She was like, and it's not an other lady. It's a friend, but I'm just calling her that. But she was saying, I really hope this doesn't stop somebody from going to get some education and getting a good job that could take care of their ass and their family.
Sure.
All kind of signs to look at it at. What does it say? If you want to sign the petition, I actually shared it on my page. I'm also going to share it on the One Radio page as well. And you can sign the petition. The petition is just to take the sign down. And people have talked about why they feel like the sign should come down, why they want it down, so on and so forth. So I will definitely share that petition link in there. If someone is Shanita, Mia, any of you, if you go to my page and you see the link, put it in the comments for your girl so they can do that. I did sign the petition. I signed the petition for several reasons. One, because we're stronger together. Right? When we have a fight, we need to fight together. I'm not a hairstylist. I don't know what's going on, but I know my hairstylists out there are hardworking, beautiful women, and they feel a certain way, and they're upset by it. So they want some clarification and whatever, and I back them up for that clarification and what they need to do to make it come off the right way. Right? Because hairstylist is a great business. It's something that has put a lot of people in business. And just so I can be kind of like a Zay person, it ain't like only black people are hairstylists. There's hairstylists of all colors and creeds and
styles. You know what? Let's take it back.
Everything,
let's take it back to this. Let me show you, because the person even though they look a certain way, their name is Sukari.
That's black. Like Shakur. Schultzman.
Holla at your boy.
That sounds a little mixed.
Big shot to the bar mitzvahs.
Yeah. She's married to. She married into the other religion.
Or her daddy.
We
don't know her mama.
Yeah.
Her daddy. Her daddy might be. Yeah. She's young. She's still going to school. We don't know she's married. Like, boom.
So I say that too. I was like, well, we can't make it seem like, hairstylists are only black and they're trying to be negative to the black community. I mean, I didn't want anybody to think that, but because it's over in the Walsham area and it has what seems to be an African American girl on there.
You have been tagged on Facebook by Mia Morris with tagged you in a post on Facebook. Let me see if you can find the link.
It's
Anyway,
probably the link. Sorry. People will change careers several times during their lifetime. Coding is one profession that you can often do remotely and can live anywhere as long as the job gets done. Like the house hunter couples moving wherever they want. See, this is what I thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are jobs that you can literally do two of? I can code and I can be a newspaper boy. Like,
okay. I found the message behind our billboards from Code Up. This is on the Code Up blog. Okay, should I read it? This is the message behind the billboards. All right, I'll show you guys as we read. So you may have seen Code Up's billboards around town featuring recent career transitioners. We feature some former law students, baristas, hairstylists, military veterans, and more. We've recently heard that the advertising has offended people from those professions, so we want to explain our message more clearly.
boom.
Code Up's mission is to help individuals in transition change their futures by providing a fast and effective entry point into a tech career. We believe that everyone should have access to the new economy and that you don't need any specific background to do so.
That's what they were saying.
That's why we feature real graduates of our program who have started new careers from a diverse set of backgrounds. Luke used to be a soldier. Mars was a barista and bartender. John was studying law, and Sukari was a hairstylist.
And that's what I was saying.
We're not saying that those weren't real jobs. And they put it exclamation point after that one. We're not saying that those weren't real jobs, and we're not saying software development is better for you. We are saying that each of our students chose software development for their own reasons. We highlight those stories to show you, regardless of what career you have now, can become a software developer if that's what you want. Don't just listen to us, listen to the real students whose stories are up on those billboards. Sukari S., previously a hairstylist, she wrote, I discovered I really like software development, the process, the code. I wanted to immerse myself fully into it, so I decided to go to Code Up to better myself with a new career. Code Up changed my life for the best. It made my career transition as smooth as possible, and I'm super grateful. Now I have weekends back to spend with my toddler son. So that's what she wrote. John H. was previously studying law. He wrote, I was in law school simply for the reason it seemed like the next logical step for my degree. Like a lot of people trying new things, once I got into it, I discovered it wasn't for me. When I started seeing the Code Up billboards, it gave me another option for something I could do that I had never tried before. It was something that could offer me a good, solid, steady career that I hadn't considered. By no means is a law degree bad. Lots of people are lawyers and take care of themselves. It's just that Code Up was there to offer an alternative when I needed one. And then there's another one, an admissions counselor named Amy wrote, I went into higher education because I had so many years of personal experience going through admissions, applying for financial aid and planning my degree plan. And I enjoyed helping others through this process as well. However, even with a master's degree, I was in very entry-level positions and struggled for many years to advance to higher positions. I didn't feel like my skill set or passion was being appreciated, so a programmer friend of mine directed me to Code Up. The transition into the tech industry has been life-changing, and as a programmer in my current job, I feel personally valued on a daily basis. The path for growth and advancement is clear, and I'm never looking back. Now, Code Up wraps it up by saying, we believe that each person should choose their own path, and degrees and diplomas don't define you. If you're happy in your career, that makes us happy. If you're not happy in your career,
Come check out Code
call
Up.
us. And we'll do everything we can to help you build a better tomorrow.
You know what that last minute sentence said to me? We weren't targeting you.
We were talking to everybody who's unhappy
Who's
in what they're
unhappy.
doing.
So, okay, this is just me because I said exactly that yesterday. Like, because in my mind, it makes no sense. If you got different billboards with different business, different jobs on it, because we already mentioned that. The barista, someone had seen that billboard Someone saw the soldier billboard. So I'm like, are we just fighting the hairstylist billboard, or are we fighting all the billboards, right? Because you feel disgraced that you shouldn't cross out any particular thing.
Right.
My second thought was, please understand that these are these people's personal stories.
Right.
Right? So they're not talking about all hairstylists. They're talking about, what's her name? Sukari. That's it. Not every hairstylist, just Sukari.
Just Sukari.
And that's it. And so people said, well, it could have came over better. Mm-hmm. My only thing on that is what you said, right. You could have put those two words, went from to, mm-hmm. instead of crossing it out. That would have probably been better.
Offended way less people.
Now, we also have to think billboard, right? Because what has everybody said? I was driving and I was looking at it and I looked up and I was like, what? And I was like, I didn't want to wreck, so I kept going, right, because you don't have time to read a billboard. That's not what billboards are for you to sit there and be like,
right.
What does that say? Let me take no, it's for a quick look.
Right.
Quick look.
Right.
So that's what the cross out's for, because it's a quick look. And that's all you saw. And so they needed something to catch you. Quick look, hairstyles crossed out, code up. Oh, I'm a hairstylist. What are they talking about? Let me go look it up. So that's what I saw from literally a marketing standpoint. I'm not looking at anything else but that. I'm thinking these are these people's stories. They crossed it out because it's a billboard and you're driving 65, 75, and most of y'all are speeding 90 miles an hour. So you don't have a lot of time to read it.
Right. They're hoping that, I mean, the whole vibe with billboards for the most part
to catch.
Is part that, but part that we hope there's a lot of traffic so that you can then take your time and read our billboards. You know?
So you'll be stuck in traffic and you have something to read. But if you're not, you driving 90.
Right. At least you are in San Antonio.
And if you do look up, you catch something, you try to get the gist of it, and you're still pushing. You don't sit in front of a billboard and dissect it, is all I'm saying.
Right.
So everything on a billboard is very quick to give you a message quickly, and they're trying to give you a complete message quickly. Right. So it was hard for you to get that complete message from that, I'm assuming. And again, the cross out just messed everybody's head up.
Right.
But I knew that, man. Like, that's what I was saying yesterday. I'm like, dude, these are individual stories. What they're trying to say is that anybody can be a coder. You don't have to have a certain type of education. You don't have to be at a certain level in your life. You can be from a hairdresser to a soldier in the army to a lawyer, and everybody can make the same money doing this work.
Right.
That's what I saw. Eek. But then,
people gonna get offended.
People got offended. And my girl over here says, for the past 10 years, I have fought to find tech and STEM programs dedicated to girls and minorities. We are now getting it, and people are nitpicking over the smallest thing. Code Up is bringing the information finally to our demographic, and the older people are having a fit. They also say people will change careers several times during their lifetime. Coding is one profession that you can often do remotely and can live anywhere as long as you get the job done. So, again, yeah. And then they're talking about cutting cosmetology programs. She was saying that in high schools, and someone also mentioned that as well. Like, it would be great if the Code Up, who was really serious about getting maybe minorities and women and stuff into it, if maybe they did some classes like they do cosmetology classes in the high school to get people who they know aren't going off for, the extended education. Maybe they had some courses or something for kids to learn more about.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what I'm pretty sure I know what the plan is,
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it comes to these for-profit organizations.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure their plan is no different than
anybody else.
ITT
They want to make money.
All these other, advertise on afternoon television, advertise during the game shows, advertise during the judge shows. They know who the target is and what they're looking for, and going into the high schools is not really
might not
the
be
plan,
what they're looking
right?
for. So,
and honestly, I have never been in a place where cosmetology was taught in high schools, which is interesting. So the fact that it's taught here, the fact that it's taught here is very interesting. Mm-hmm. And the fact that, not to jump on another thing, because I don't like it when people do that, but there's so many things that are getting cut in high schools. Cosmetology here would just be one of them.
Yeah,
I don't think it's being specifically targeted as a cosmetology thing. I think it's just being targeted as part of an overall, we're going to get rid of art. We're going to get
they are exactly doing that. So the robotic, which we were talking about on the Community 411, the Sam Houston robotic group. Every year they take the annual trip, competition, all that great stuff. I know one of the girls that we sponsored here a few years back was part of the robotic team, and she won like top 3 in her project. They do not have any money to send them this year, so they need $5,000 if the kids still want to go because the district isn't paying for it. So currently we're doing a call of action. We've raised, I want to say, $100 and something so far within the last couple of days of putting it out there.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so there's literally a call of action to try to raise $5,000. I'm trying to get the teachers to come in to talk about it a little, or the people of the program. But
when we ain't got it, they educate us less. Isn't that something?
Yeah, yeah.
Education is like the first to go. Like when you ain't got it, you don't mow the lawn for a while, or you don't have the lawn person come or the pool person come.
Yeah.
Because the smaller stuff doesn't take priority. Education is not the smaller stuff, guys.
And that's the thing. When we're talking about an engineering type situation, the type of money and opportunities that these kids get from the robotics program and things of that sort, even art.
Well, here's the problem, so all governments
because the football
and all
fund isn't getting cut.
All councils are run by people, right? And the people have to be a fan of a thing. If you ask anyone in and around the San Francisco Bay Area if robotics is getting cut, the answer is no. If you ask anybody if technology is getting cut, the answer is no, because in that region of the country, that's their main interest, right?
Yes.
And in this region of the country, it seems that football is the number one thing. So let's not educate our kids, and let's just keep throwing money at pads and the field and
new uniforms
as opposed to
and cut the robotics money.
Cut the robotics money, cut the math money, we just really want our kids to just bang into each other. Like,
and when you have schools or you have areas where people might not be a high percentage of going to colleges and things after the fact, that's why they did have a lot of trades there, so you could learn something. So even by the time you graduate, you still could go and be a mechanic. You could still go and be a hairdresser. You could still go and own a business graduating from high school, even if you're not going to college, right? So it's still setting people.
Or you could still go to a trade school.
Well, that's what I mean, a trade school.
How many well, when I was a kid, I remember some of us went to regular high schools or trade schools. Some high schools were actually more into trade than they were into preparing you for college. I remember that. And then sometimes instead of college, then they would go into some kind of trade school to learn carpentry or to learn, which we need desperately in this country.
Yes, we do. And
more
so one of
plumbers, more,
the charter schools, trades,
yeah,
absolutely.
Trades.
Like that's what I mean too. Like literally having the mechanics class and all of those classes. So when you get out of high school, you still have a way to make money and provide for your family and all that kind of stuff. So
remember
thing
auto
was
shop in high school? Remember
and
auto shop?
And these are the ones that they're taking
shop,
away.
Wood shop,
all of that.
Do they still do that?
Not in a lot of places, no. And that's what, and you know what you have to do now to get that is either be at a charter school or a private school to get those extra classes. So those
Ken Lorber, how you doing today?
Yeah. Right. So charter schools are one of the reasons why they become a little bit more pretty because you can take a trade class. They have more opportunities for that, more music classes and things of that sort. So if you already know, we need that. So that's where like you said, these are the things getting cut. These are the things that they're not providing to the kids no more. And us as a community got to come in there and say, oh no, our kids are going to the robotics thing. We gonna get this $5,000. And they going because this is somebody's future engineer. We're going
right,
and it's got to be that important.
So who? I have personally met, and then I've heard of people who are not football players, right? Going on to tremendous success and doing it here because this is their hometown. Stuff that you would not normally know San Antonio to be a hub for, right? One of our now biggest success stories that I've heard over the past months being here was the story of the gentleman that started Rackspace, selling it for billions of dollars, and then opening up basically a tech center to encourage, like almost like an incubator company, to encourage other tech people to come and work, and he opened that up somewhere here in San
Windsor
Antonio
Park
as
Mall.
well.
Oh, Windsor Park Mall's where Rackspace at. Yes, you're right.
And then he opened up
This
another.
hub.
It's a building, and it's basically an incubator to help other up and coming developers and tech people to come and work and come and work together and collaborate and stuff like that. He took his money. San Antonio is not known for being a tech sector, and yet one of the biggest tech companies
Ever
is here, at least in this part of the country, is here in San Antonio, and he sold it for billions and then decided, well, I'm not done. Now I'm going to help other people
Do
get
some
bread
stuff.
here in San Antonio, and that's massive.
Yeah.
So knowing that the love that San Antonians have for their hometowns, and especially being Texan, and the pride that you have for being Texan, if you invest in the young minds and temper it with that pride, these people ain't going anywhere. They're going to blow up right here.
right here.
They're going to blow up right here and make world impacts.
That's right.
Right from San Antonio.
That's right.
But, you know,
Well, I
Football.
will say football.
But football.
We get so upset about that. Stephanie, I'm going to give you more information about the $5,000. We're kind of gathering it right now. My biggest thing is that I would like the school to provide us with a link. I don't want to take your money and then have to give it to them. I will if I have to, but I feel like everybody, people worry about,
Go straight to the school. Give it straight to
where's
the
the money going and all that stuff. So I need the school to set up a link for me. It's sometimes easier said than done.
And it doesn't have to be.
I'll be like, look, let me just set it up for you real quick. You know what I'm saying? But you got to go through whatever. So we're trying to get them to set up a link so the money goes directly to the school or directly to whoever needs this. Now, I can go directly to the robotics commission that signs the kids up. As far as I'm concerned, we just need to make sure that we know Sam Houston is going.
Right.
So again, that money, we're going to do a put 5 on it campaign. So, we're not here asking you to give thousands of dollars. We're saying tell 10 people to give $5 like you give $5. And if everybody tells 10 people and if we all give $5, we're there in no time.
In no time.
No time. Wait, all we need is 100 people.
They tell 2 friends, and they tell 2 friends, and so on. And so on.
And my thing is the same thing with the petition, because I was literally saying the exact thing that man read. Like, I knew it. My marketing side of me was like, nah, man, this is what it's saying. Right. And I was trying to explain it to people, but sometimes things coming out the wrong mouth. I'm a black female. I need to be, but it's not about that, right? This is not necessarily even about color. There's no color on this billboard, even though there's somewhat of a black female there, but we know that there's not only black hairstylists in the world, right? We know this. So they can't, it's Hispanic and there's all kinds of stuff. And so I just, in my mind, I was like, that's not what they doing, man. They're literally trying to get people to understand that you can do this too, right? With whatever it is that you're doing. And so, to me, but I also know that coming together to help bring an understanding or bring a completion to something will spark something in us. If we see something, I feel this way. Maybe it won't happen, but I'm going to keep saying it. But I feel like if we get a goal, and say it's getting these kids to robotics, right? So if we can get that $5,000, the greatness that it's gonna make each of us feel inside, we're gonna be ready for the next one. Right?
Yeah.
That's how I feel like, because we're gonna know it only took 100 people to raise $5,000. Now what's our next challenge that we can get done like this because we all came together to do it? That's what I look for with this.
It certainly can start a
cycle, a roller coaster, a domino effect.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Of goodness, right? Of us working together and making things happen. So that's why I'm like, give me the petition. I'll be a part of that. Give me this. Let's help raise this money. Let's do it together.
Right.
See some success out of it. And then let's start checking them off the to-do list.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do.
Absolutely.
So, I don't know.
Absolutely.
I get excited just thinking about it. We're going to raise this $5,000. They going to go to school.
Right.
And they going to write a card saying, thank you, community.
Might build you a robot. You don't know.
This is the District 2 robot.
Everybody who donated, here's a robot. Boom. We just made this for you.
Yeah,
we just printing out robots that's going to clean your house. Because we got the grant to do all this.
To take over the world.
Yes. And we won the competition. So now we build a robot. You get a robot and you get a robot and you get a robot.
Could you imagine? Because there's somebody up there saying, you get a scholarship, and you get a scholarship, and you get a scholarship.
Now I'm going to give everybody a robot. Everybody in San Antonio gets a robot butler and that can drive you around. Right. Why? Because when I was 12.
Because when I was 12, the city sent me to robotics camp.
There you go. There you go. Done.
Can you imagine? That's the type of stuff that I like to imagine. It makes me have goose, it makes my hair stand up.
She all goose pimply.
It's kind of how Zay gets around cake. I just be like, yes.
Indeedy doody.
Which one to eat first? I don't know. So, yeah. Anywho, what else is going on in the world?
Oh, lots of
Nike
stuff.
says we don't care about your money. We make $168 billion a year. If you don't like us, go somewhere else. Can you?
That happened.
That happened. Don't care about you.
That happened. All right. So lots of things. Okay. So Michelle Obama is about to release a book.
Michelle's fabulous.
Right. And her book tour is hitting arenas. You know how like lots of people, they do a book tour and it might be at the local bookstore,
the library,
or that the Barnes and Noble is having a reading
at
and
the event center.
12 people that like show up and want to truly hear the author like talk about their book or read a chapter of the book or something like that. Well, Michelle Obama's new book is about to come out. Live Nation and her book is being published by Crown Publishing and Live Nation. Oh my God!
Live Nation
that's
is
not
huge. That's why it's in arenas.
They don't even do books, and also Penguin Random House. Also Penguin Random House.
So anyway, she's on the Live Nation tour. That's what it is. That's why it's in arenas.
The former First Lady will kick off a 10-city U.S. tour, kicking it off in her hometown of Chicago on November 13th. She's going to hit major markets across the country, including L.A., Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, Detroit, all in support of her memoir called Becoming. And then that book comes out November 13th. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find there's the list right there. So she's going to be in Chicago, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., Boston, Massachusetts, Philadelphia, Brooklyn, Detroit, Denver, San Jose, and Dallas. So we can go to Dallas. You can go to Dallas and see Michelle Obama at the American Airlines Center.
Yeah, because it's going to be packed and sold out.
Are you kidding right now?
It's going to be packed and sold because everybody in surrounding areas got to go because I can't go anywhere but to Dallas.
Got to see Michelle Obama.
But I need to know I need to know who's putting it on. I need some passes. I can't wait in line. If y'all see me a selfie with me and Michelle Obama, just know I'm the ish. Just know.
Indeedy doody.
I mean, I got the ex-president, but he is an ex-president.
So you should call Bill and see if he can get you passes.
Right, because Bill, I feel like Bill will give me some passes. I feel like he will.
I feel like you could feel that way.
Mm-hmm. But he will. He just.
Why not?
Bill, I'm a pretty woman.
Why
give me
not? Let me give some passes to the other pretty woman in Dallas, so the prettiness can come together.
Yes.
You should come, Bill.
And you should come, Bill. We could ride together.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna really tell him yes. He's gonna be like, oh well, hell yeah, then.
Yeah, he is not. But we can dream.
Wishful thinking.
We can dream. So Michelle Obama's new book, Becoming, is in stores November 13th.
Love you, Michelle.
Yep. So there is that. Jay-Z is topping a new list. He is topping the list of highest paid hip hop artists.
Jay-Z?
Jay-Z.
I mean, hasn't he already done that?
Well, you can keep doing that, right?
Okay.
If the list comes out every year, you can be on top of that list every year. Billboard comes out once a week. You certainly want to be at the top of that once a week. So Forbes has officially tallied its list. Let me get you the picture there. Forbes has officially tallied its list of highest paid hip hop artists of the past year, and largely due to endorsements and world tours, the group averaged about $44 million. So everybody that's on the list, the average of all of them, if you add them up and then divide by whatever, and then carry the one, $44 million between them was the average.
Gotcha.
Right?
Gotcha.
So with
so much. Look at me and myself.
Right. So with Jay-Z's situation, he came out on top with $76.5 million because he was on his 444 run in 2017, and then later kicked off, obviously, his tour with Beyonce right now, On the Run 2. And they also released their album, Everything Is Love, in June. And then Diddy followed Jay, coming in at number 2 with $64 million, thanks to some massive beverage endorsements, including Ciroc Vodka and De Leon Tequila and Aqua Hydrate Alkaline Water. Man, this beverage game is no joke. These guys get bread. Bread,
Oh
people.
my gosh.
Want to be a coder? Fine. I'm going to make this vodka.
Right.
I want to see new billboards go up, learn how to ferment whatever.
Yeah, no
and
kidding.
make you some
Make some
tequila,
money.
some whiskey, some wine, some something, because these guys are crazy. Kendrick Lamar claimed the number 3 spot at $58 million. The numbers calculated from June. The numbers were calculated from June 2017 to June 2018 and include annual income from touring, record sales, streaming, publishing, merchandise sales, endorsements, and other business ventures. Management, agent, and attorney fees were not deducted, right, from the total. So these are basically the people that have generated the most money, but not necessarily have all that money in their account right now. They might still have $25. We don't know. The data was based on information from Nielsen SoundScan, Polestar, Songkick, Bransontown, and the RIAA, of course, as well as interviews with artist teams and the artists themselves. Drake, Dr. Dre, DJ Khaled also made the list, which is pretty cool.
That makes sense. All those make sense.
All those make absolute sense. We the best. This dude got a throne
Mommy,
for
I
sale.
done made it. I done made it.
He got a throne for sale at the Walmart. I don't know. Anyway, so that's that list that's jumped off.
The world's highest paid hip hop acts.
Sometimes we get the beach ball and we have to just be patient and wait for the next thing to come up.
The beach ball.
The beach ball.
Speaking of balls, it actually has nothing to do with them. Actually, it does. I can put it together. Speaking of balls, come and join us as we watch the football games every Sunday inside of Tank's Pizza from about 12 to 6. We'll have somebody from the station there hanging out, eating pizza and spaghettis and wings and drinking and all that kind of good spaghettis, and fettuccines and wings and stuff.
Latinos say spaghettis too, and sometimes I just look at us like,
like, really?
you know that the plural of spaghetti is spaghetti, right?
It is. Singular or plural.
You know that that's the word. Why are you saying spaghettis?
Spaghettis and fettuccine.
We do that all the time.
Yeah.
Morning, Colleen. Morning, Annette.
So,
okay. Sorry.
And
it just comes up. I don't get you get the feed. You
comments?
get it live right there. I only get them from time to time. And so
it depends on what I'm looking
it'll flash
at.
in my face.
Yeah.
And then so I just hi.
So, yes, my friends, and since we're speaking of football and you said Annette, we love you, Annette. Great job on all of the shirts that you always do. You're doing such a great job.
Indeedy doody.
And, she's a Jamaican right now because she got more than one job but less than 7. So I guess she's not really Jamaican, but she's something like it. So
somebody tell me no.
Somebody tell me no. I got to hear that song. So
Where have I begun?
Why did you
What have I started?
Yes.
What did I do?
So Annette has making some fantastic shirts. I've had them on. I wish she made this one too. But the football season. So cowboys, cowgirls. We got dude shirts, girl shirts. If you want to put the little girl that's all voluptuous, her booty and hips be. What do you call that?
I'm not sure about the shirt, but who is that based on?
Your wife, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in a good position, people. Don't hate. Celebrate me. Okay.
So, the beautiful pic of the ladies on there, and then your team, and it says Cowboy Girl or Steelers Girl or whatever. the colors. So you got that one, and then you just have the one of the city. So it'll say like Steelers, and then it has Pittsburgh, right? Pittsburgh Steelers, right. So then it has the city on it, right? Had to think about that.
She
shit.
knows Cowboys, all day.
Then the Dallas has Dallas on it.
And she'll know
so.
the Patriots because, you know, who can't. But you...
I'll be trying to forget the Patriots.
Minnesota.
All day long, yeah. Where's that at? Vikings.
Somebody told me no.
So yeah,
Very good.
so you know, I'm a little bit of a sports girl, you know, even though I like only certain teams. But if you want that to happen, I know you want your Spurs and your basketball time. Can we wait till basketball season? Obviously, we're gonna get into it on basketball season. But if you just have to have it now, $35.
It's hot now.
I'm just saying.
Can we just still keep playing ball just because the money guys ain't playing doesn't mean that we can't go out.
No,
and
we
be
can.
Like,
Yeah, and then I can make a Spurs
always
shirt.
with the
But
pinky out.
The pinky out, yeah. But you know, you got, because you know, shirt folks, they be in a zone, right?
Sure.
So they've got she's got all the football stuff out right now.
Sure.
So she's just kind of going. Now, if I tell her to get the basketball stuff out, then she's going to start getting, well, let me do more teams. And then your mind gets, you know. But if you want to, but anything you pay for, we make.
She gonna be on the cricket. It's cricket.
It's cricket.
Cricket season, right? Something. Where's the rugby
I'm
guys?
just saying.
Where's my rugby list?
She'll do
Where
it.
are the shirts for the?
She'll do it. The Panama people came into town. She was Panama'd out. She had all kind of Panama stuff here. So, you know, depending on what's going on, make the shirts for the occasions. But we make anything that's paid for, as I say again.
Oh, Stephanie Vella, I got
What
somebody
about my
who
Eagles?
Who's right
Philadelphia.
next to you.
Philadelphia.
My brother-in-law is the biggest Eagles fan I ever met in life.
Isn't the Eagles, who's the Cheeseheads? Ain't that y'all's Eagles?
No.
No, who?
Did you say y'all's Eagles?
No, the people, hers.
Football
Stephanie's.
Giants. The New York Football Giants.
Yours,
when you
that's
look
yours?
at me.
Oh. It's yours. Who's the Cheesehead?
Beckham
I
Jr.
could have swore.
Girl. No.
Who's
the
the
Cheeseheads
Cheeseheads?
are Green Bay Packers. I
Green
believe.
Bay Packers. Yes, I knew they wore green. I knew it. I was like, nah, they
She
being
got you
green,
there,
man.
Eagles.
They being green.
She got you there.
They got the cheese, but the Eagles is dark green. It's forest green.
Can I get some badminton shirts? I think I need I want to be able to represent
badminton?
my.
That might be something funny, man. Get some like ping pong shirts and
Why not? Get my Asians on there, like. You ever see them guys rock out in
Yes.
ping pong? Oh my god!
But have you seen the commercial with
I
a
am
dude?
impressed.
Have you seen the commercial where the dude's got the nunchucks on the ping pong table?
Oh!
And he's like, I was like, yes.
Come on. Can
He's
you? Okay.
Nunchucking it.
Can I just tell you? Sometimes I feel that Asians have the best stereotypes in the world.
Because of the
Amazing.
ninja?
Anything. Asians in general, when you think about the stereotypes that have
Ninjas is pretty cool.
ninjas is
The-
great.
the
That
ladies.
ping pong stuff is amazing.
The ping pong's amazing.
They're great at math.
The pretty ladies
Like,
with the
come on. They got
with
great.
the dresses with
Geishas?
The gay, yes.
Yeah, so it's
So
beautiful.
that's beautiful. The only stereotypes that's not amazing
However,
is
I
that
understand
one.
that it's also it's nice to look at,
Right.
but it might be nice to be one.
Right.
So God bless you. Shout out to
that
Geishas.
even there, yeah.
Shout out to Geishas. What am I doing? Either way, I think that Asians have some of the coolest stereotypes.
And then they've got the worst one too.
Latinos do not have all the best stereotypes.
Y'all
we
stereotypes
just
are.
We just are awesome. However,
Black people
not
have the
everybody
wildest stereotypes.
knows. Why? Well,
We're
literally.
Yeah, like literally.
Because we're supposed to be wild.
Wild, right?
Wild people,
wild
right?
animals. Yeah, we.
Come on.
Here's the problem, though,
Hold
man.
on,
you know, a
hold on.
stereotype becomes
Hold on,
one.
you got to see it big.
Who
These
that?
people look wild. They're not
Yes,
wild
they look
there.
very wild.
Yeah,
Drake and Cardi, what are they
they're
doing?
wild.
Drake and Cardi B dominate.
They dominate the
BET's
BET Hip Hop Award
Y'all
nominations,
back
man.
in love with Drake.
Who's y'all? Look. I mean, yes, y'all. Here's the thing.
I'm sorry. I'm being a
Somebody
hater.
feeling some
I'm
type of
being
way
a
about
hater.
Drake right now.
I don't think I like
The
Drake.
music's undeniable.
Now, if I meet Drake, I'm gonna be like Drake, but you know,
That fake Drake.
I'm a fake.
I
Right.
love you.
No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna be like, can I interview you? And will you
Miss
say?
Nika, you're so great. I love you. I love you too. She was,
Okay, I'll
she
say
will
that. You're right.
certainly
Yeah. If he says I love you first, then that's just me not to be like, oh, I love you too.
You can
man,
say I love
thanks.
your music. You can't tell me
I
you
don't
never
really like
rocked
his
out to a
music.
single Drake song.
No, I mean it's all right. That's what I'm saying. I'm not really big on his music, and I don't think he's that cute. But it's really more of my jealous side. I'd be like, what did you do? I don't know, man.
All right. Well, that's why the Lord made different people.
Right.
Some people like it
Man,
Some people like
another
anything.
thing.
Somebody like it.
I want to like
Somebody
Drake,
wants that
but you
over
know
there.
how some people
If
are.
you wanted to like Drake,
I
you
want
would
to,
like
but I
Drake.
just don't. Look, I know. I'm trying. I want to be like everybody else. But
Would
I
you rather
don't.
be
Me. I'm not
jealous?
perfect, but I'm a perfect
or
Nika.
not jealous?
No,
But
wanna
I
be
mean, I don't
jealous.
think. I don't think
It's
you're-
not really jealousy.
It's not
Like,
jealousy.
really don't really to care at all. But
Care a little bit.
I care a little bit, right?
Care
Because
a little
everybody
bit.
loves them some Drake. Drake is
People like
everywhere
Drake.
right now.
Well, Drake has always been everywhere.
Yeah, he is. He has.
He is honestly, musically, honestly, he has been at the forefront of basically the way rappers rap today. The sound.
Ever since he started. Like, he
and he
came
doesn't-
off as an actor, right? Because he played the guy
he
in
was
the
an
wheelchair.
actor I think he was a teenage actor. Or,
Yeah,
or
and
in his
where
early
he
whatevers.
from, and he played some dude in a wheelchair.
But he's
right?
kind of like a Renaissance dude, right? So
Yeah.
he acts and he raps and he sings and I
Whatever.
think he's artistic. I think I read that somewhere. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this guy, as when it comes to music and acting, he's got it down. Although after the music, it seems like he's never tried to go back to the acting, or maybe he did, and I just don't know. You know who would know? T. Rochelle would know. Please tell us. Please send us
I
this
think
man's
it's because
CV.
and then he dated Serena, and then he didn't treat her right, and I didn't like that.
here we go.
And then when he dated people,
So
and
now
they
we
didn't treat
gotta
him
hate
right.
every
Yeah,
ex-boyfriend of
just-
Serena.
Right. Just something about it, man. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Look,
I-
he
and it's
served
been-
his purpose.
and it's
Today
been
she
since
is
the
happily
beginning.
married with a beautiful daughter. He served his purpose.
No, you're
Maybe
right.
he was.
I'm just saying, since Drake's very beginning, I have always been like, but I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't know. And see, Cardi, like,
You also
we
feel the same
know how we feel about Cardi.
You also feel the same way about Cardi B.
Exactly. But I love the fact that they're successful and they doing their thing. Like, I don't want to hate on that.
Wow. Okay. So obviously the story is, guys, that Cardi B and Drake are dominating the BET Award nominations this year.
Mm-hmm.
They're racking up 21 nominations collectively. So
Dang,
between the
that's
two
a
of them,
lot.
it's about 21. Let me just get back to.
How many sections of the freaking nominations can you get?
Well, you got a 3-hour show. You're gonna have some awards to be.
I mean,
Right, so Drake leads the entire field with 11 nominations, including nods for Album of the Year for Scorpion and Lyricist of the Year.
nice.
Which is cool for him.
Yeah.
Cardi B follows closely behind, however, with 10 nominations of her own and faces off against her chart rival in several
Nicki
categories,
Minaj.
including Hustler of the Year and Sweet 16, which awards the best featured verse.
This is why there's so many categories. See how
Sweet
black people do.
16, like we're gonna give you an award
There's
for
a hustler
a hot,
there's a-
hot 16.
There's a Hustler of the Year award
Hustler
and a
of the
hot
Year.
16 count beat award.
There you go. Don't hate on the award categories.
I'm hating on
Nika.
the award categories right now.
I know.
Because I'm just trying to figure out how she gets in 10 different categories in the first place. But if you just gonna make up crap, like
Yeah.
hottest outfit in the video award, like what are we doing? Nah, man, come on, that's too much. Hottest video, yes, but are we gonna break it down that much?
Hottest video between 3 and 3:20 minutes.
Hottest third
long
line
form-
award.
Yeah. Hottest feature on a pop that was only in the top 5 award.
Person that got the most reruns on our station award.
Oh my gosh! Yes, yes.
We
And
play
Will
his
Smith
old
gets
show
it every year.
We
yeah.
play his old show more than his new crap.
Right. Yes. Hottest female rapper named Cardi. We just gonna.
That looks like
we're
Cardi
just gonna-
award.
We're just gonna target.
hottest artist with the hottest weave award.
What?
Mm-hmm.
We need that. Hottest weave maker that ended up going to Code Up. And the nominees are Sakuri, and Sakuri. Where you going? No. But yeah, BET, I mean, those kind of categories are extra, right? Like the Sweet 16. I mean, even though it maybe those categories should be given off air, right? Like we don't need a 4-hour award show.
They already have.
Unless they're just not giving other awards, like producers awards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like that the Grammys might do, because Grammys also are fully encompassing of so many genres too. So in that, there's not a lot of genres maybe. So then they break it up and say, okay, best 16 bars, best whatever, and then give up and coming people a shot
at winning something.
But if Cardi is nominated for the best 16 bars, then you know.
I don't know, man. BET is so much for me.
Perhaps the most controversial nominee this year is XXXTentacion, the popular SoundCloud rapper who was also accused of beating his pregnant ex-girlfriend and was nominated posthumously, of course you remember he died, for Best New Artist. Either way, the awards will be held on October 6th, Saturday, and broadcast on Tuesday, October 16th. That's my birthday. But chances are...
October 16th is your birthday?
Yeah. But chances are...
Mine's October 25th.
We'll find out the 7th.
Yeah.
Who won. Because it was going to be like, yeah, I want a BET award. No, can't tell nobody.
But it's already reran 6 times.
Yeah, you already ran it. No, our first run is the 16th, but the 16th it will be the BET Award Marathon.
Right.
Tuesday to Thursday.
It will then run 22 times.
Right. Between episodes of The Fresh Prince and
Aretha's funeral. All righty.
Oh my God. Oh, Beyonce also earned a couple of nominations for her work with Jay-Z in Ape-ish, and garnered a Single of the Year nod, and their joint album Everything Is Love was nominated for Album of the Year. Now, here's the thing, and something that some people don't know about award shows, but I'm sure our good folks here in San Antonio probably already hip to the jive, so to speak. These awards are how sometimes people get the celebrities to come so that they can get more viewership. So if Jay-Z and Beyonce are front and center at the BET Awards,
then their
chances are there's an award that's going to be given to them.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to make them come out there for nothing. Ain't that the bull crap?
Right. And in this industry, sometimes they will tell you, look, we're going to give you Album of the Year. We just need you to come through. We'll pay for everything. Just come to the show.
Yeah.
We're going to give you Album of the Year. Oh, okay. Then we'll come.
But
who's going to really, unless it's the Grammys,
right?
You're not going to just, and you're on that level because you want a Grammy. Maybe.
Right.
Maybe. These guys already have Grammys. But, you know, if that's the award that you want, you're going to go and risk not having one.
Right.
You know, you'll risk it because you want to be in the building, like the Oscars and stuff like that, you know?
You're right, but Jay-Z and Beyonce don't show up unless they win an award. You're right.
Maybe it's just coincidence. I don't know. I don't know.
I doubt it.
I don't know anything. I don't know what people be doing. We don't need that. What else do we want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? We got 6 minutes. And no, we have 6 minutes, Nika. We have time. Oh my gosh, that is the worst. I told you I have.
Do you have problems with that?
I told you I have misophonia.
Oh, that's right.
I will want
misohornia.
Yeah. Make fun of my disorder, Nika. Yeah. Shame my disorder. Shame me for
I'm not shaming your disorder.
Wanting to punch people in the face for smack.
That was not a smack. That was, this sounded like one. Yeah. It was close enough to one. You know what I'm going to do one day, and it's really going to have him crazy, and he's going to run out the room. Like, he's going to run out. He's not coming back. I'm going to eat smacking while my toes are wiggling on the table.
That's fine. Then I'm going to pull my boa constrictor out of my bag, and then we'll have a hate you off.
Hate you off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, while destroying cake on the floor.
Oops, I did it again. It's going to be terrible. We would have the worst fight. Like, we would be like really in our feelings, and you guys would be like,
what is going on here right now?
These people?
She's smashing
cake. What kind
of
show is this? What are they? Is this an art installation? What is going on? It's so avant-garde.
Oh, Lord.
Meanwhile, there's real feelings
There's
being
real
exchanged. I'm bringing a garden snake, gummy worms. I'm throwing at her. She's smashing cake and terrible, terrible day.
The visual is cracking me up, man. The visual's cracking me up inside. Oh, goodness. Okay, hit him with the what's going on. Events.
Are we good here?
We good, man. We pretty good.
Are you sure? Because okay, that's still okay. Let's do it.
I was like, read the dates, man. Read the dates. All right, for your events of things. I don't know if I want you to get that, but you already know every Monday, blah, blah, poetry happens. Second verse, celebrating 10 years, people, this Friday.
I thought you were skipping it. Every day, blah, blah.
No, it's called
I was
blah,
like, what?
blah.
Yeah, I know. But my first instinct was like, why are you doing that?
Why'd you just say blah, blah, blah?
That's not nice. That is not nice, Nika.
How much are they paying for that advertisement?
I know, right? Should I make it big? Should I make it big?
Make it big. All right, so second verse, 10 years they celebrate this Friday. Glow Dizzle and the Hizzle, my Nizzle, will be in the house this Friday morning as well. So we're going to have some fun discussions, but I'm just excited. 10 years, people, 10 years.
You just give me the signal. I was trying to tell you so that people don't know. I was trying to say quietly, since they can't see me, just give me the signal when you want me to go to the next one so that I don't just linger when you trying to stretch.
Right, I messed that whole thing
up. But
up.
now that you have,
Messed
basically shown everyone how the sausage is made. Are you kidding me? You guys have the tutorial on how the sausage is made by this point. Anyway, shall we continue?
They don't know how all the sausage is made. Yes, let's continue.
They have seen us scramble enough back here to be like, oh, that's how they do it.
That's how they do it.
That's how they do it.
For real. For real. All right, guys. Here we go. We got The Experience live. Of course, that's every second Saturday inside of Jamaica. They also will be performing live in other places around town. So just follow The Experience SA online on social media. That'd be great. Thoughts, Twisted Thoughts is what we're talking about. That is T. Rochelle's fabulous event that is happening inside Jamaica Cuisine. Doors open at 8 p.m. There is a full menu at 9 p.m. The bar and smaller bar food is available. You've got poets featuring by Jazz the Poet, Hannibal's Daughter, and Mandy Lynn, a.k.a. Sip. These guys are awesome. $10 at the door, $15 preferred seating, and again, the menu is available till 9. So that's going to be an awesome night. Go out and support Miss T. Rochelle. Maxwell is at the Majestic along with some other great shows. So make sure you go to the Majestic and check out their website. October 29th is when Maxwell hits the stage. There were some VIP opportunities there. Now, I'm not sure if they're still available, but if you call, tell them the one sent you and check it out. Greek Night, always happening, 4th Thursday of the month inside of Jamaica. We have Tank's Pizza Football Sunday with the Mandate Show. Now, of course, it says September 9th. It should say starting September 9th every Sunday. So every Sunday you can come by for pizza, beer, wings, fantasy football, DJs, and all that good stuff in the house. So this Sunday, even with the rain, if it rains, come on out because we'll be there.
It says in-house games. What kind of games? I want to play.
We're gonna play some fun games.
Okay.
We're gonna play pin the tail on the country. Because you know, big country. There's a costume party going inside of Uptown 78. Make sure that you get ready for that. You already know costume contest is going to happen. They always have a lot of fun up there. So that's going to be a good night.
Hey,
be prepared.
Where is this? At Uptown 78 in Converse.
It's going to be good. Worship weekend. We have been here on the morning show. They also were on the New Ish earlier on this week.
So good.
So good. Josh Hurt leading the pack, but there's people from all churches all over the place, even different states and cities that will be coming in on the 22nd, 22nd and 23rd for a wonderful weekend. Dante Banks is speaking, other folks speaking. On the 23rd, that worship gathering there is absolutely free. On the 22nd, they're doing different workshops that are like $15 each. Okay. So make sure you guys support that.
Very cool.
Jazz and Poetry is going to be a good one every 4th Thursday. That goes down inside of Carmen de la Caille. This one is our 35th annual. I know you've seen the TV commercials and probably heard it everywhere, but it's Jazz SA, Jazz Alive, San Antonio Jazz Alive. So
35.
yes. So you can go out there. It's an absolutely free event, also happening on the 21st and 22nd. It is downtown. You have parking at the little places. Take the shuttle, make it happen.
Does that say Pop-Tart brunch?
Yes.
I haven't had a Pop-Tart in years.
Okay, I like Pop-Tart. I
need that.
And that's Pop-Tarts with more sweet, crazy stuff that you put on top. You know what I'm saying?
I just had to give a Pop-Tart to a kid. I know I'm going to like it. Make me a Pop-Tart. You got it, sir.
You got it, baby.
Yeah. I'm going to put some M&Ms and
Twizzlers. Going down. Uptown 78 always open throughout the week. Happy hours. Your open mic is every first Wednesday of the month. Your karaoke is every Thursday and Sunday. And, of course, your DJs are Friday and Saturdays throughout the week. $10 to get in. Sorry, that's up there again. We've got Mayhem at Midtown, September 22nd on Saturday. This is 80 Snipes. As you can see, our beautiful Clifton Simmons is in the house. And I don't know who Mr. Lightskin is over there. Who is that? I don't know who that is.
That is Harold.
Is it Harold? Is that what
know.
it say?
I don't know.
I was like, does it say his name, Harold?
Could be Harold. Could be a Harold. We don't know.
These shows are very good. They always have a good crowd in there, good drinks. It's comfortable. It's relaxing for adults. It's at Midtown. It's clean comedy.
Oh, yeah.
So that's good if you don't want to be having the mother effers and the thises and the that's and the this. You don't want to worry about that. Great comedy set to go attend. Leave Them Laughing, another comedy is going to happen on the 30th. Of course, we've already had Bobby in, and we are going to have Delisha and Bernita are both coming in. Wendy also came in already, and she is the singer. And of course, Glow's coming in Friday, so we'll have everybody on that show in the morning. But this is one of those shows that's like, if you want to show support to San Antonio, this is one of the best shows you can go to.
Nice.
All of these guys are really rocking, from singing to hosting to doing comedy, but they're all San Antonio's own, right? So that's the show that you go and support. Cool. All of us here.
Very cool.
This is a Project Alert, just so you know, every third Thursday from 11 to 12 inside of George Gervin Middle School. You can go to a meeting and find out more information about drug-free communities and what you can do to keep options for kids open, so they don't always think they need to go smoke a joint or a blunt somewhere, or go try something that they ain't never seen before, or something that's new, or whatever the case may be, because they bored, right? So we want them to have different activities and different options and different things that they can do, and that's one of the meetings that heads up those ideas for the kids in that area.
Okay, very cool.
That's good stuff. He's like, very cool.
I like it. I think I need to send my mama to this.
Yeah.
So she can keep me away from these drugs.
If cake is drugs, then you're right.
Oh my goodness. And HEB is my pusher.
I'm just saying. Oh my good. Right. He got to go by that section quick. Close your eyes. Don't look. Just keep walking.
I'm just, oh no. Oh, hostess, everywhere you look. What is happening?
Why are they doing this to me?
Yes, why are they doing this to me?
It's terrible. Walk for Sickle Cell. I've already told y'all 1,000 times, and I'll keep telling you, sickle cell is a huge thing when it comes to blacks and browns. Now, of course, sickle cell goes all the way across the board. But when you're doing sickle cell donations and you're looking for people to help, the match needs to be as close as possible. So if Zay Zay needed something, he would need a gentleman who is a
genetic match for my makeup.
Genetic match for his. Oh, I like the way you talk.
Thank you. That's why you
I was gonna say a bald Puerto. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. Look.
I'm looking for another bald Dominican.
Now, bald Dominicans are required, but a Puerto Rican will be equally as appreciated.
Mama said,
I don't know.
So unpolitically correct. That's all I can say.
Asians can do math, and that's a good stereotype.
That's a good stereotype.
Let us continue, Nika. So sickle cell.
This walk is coming September 29th. Definitely asking people to sign up. All you got to do is go to the website, walkforsicklecell.org.
Nice.
But yes, they're looking for people that have the same genetic makeup. So obviously there's not a lot of African American or Hispanic people that go and donate their sickle cells. So that's what we're looking for, more information and more people to sign up to be donors.
There you go.
And keep going. Project Alert, drug-free communities, and keep going. I think we're at the end now. Ja Rule and Ashante coming to Aztec Theater here in a couple of weeks.
The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you.
Aztec has got
the way you.
yeah,
I'm sorry,
what he said. Aztec's got a lot of good shows coming up. So we're talking the Ja Rule and Ashanti is coming. Miguel is coming. Somebody else is coming. Of course, Bobby Brown and BBD's coming in October. So yeah, man, just
you
keep it
say
locked.
Say the right thing, Bobby
August
Brown and BBD.
Green.
It's QXYMQ that's coming to town.
Oh, that's what they call it. Okay.
I don't
And
know
then,
what
of course, August Green, and that's the group of Common and these handsome gentlemen behind him, and that is his new group. They're coming to the Majestic as well. So,
El Majestic.
What's the dude that you was like, oh my God, that guy's coming, and he's coming to the Rabbit over there off St. Mary's.
KRS-One?
KRS-One.
Coming to town. That's this weekend, though.
It is. And they don't advertise with us, but I know my hip-hop heads, y'all never, ever find out about when greats are in the city, right? So I'm trying to get to this place so I can get this information too quicker, and get them some advertisement as well. So, because I mean, man, we talking hip hop. There's a lot of hip hop heads in San Antonio. Good. There's just nowhere for them to, get the info and really know what's going on. But they do. KRS-One is coming. So this weekend.
Very cool. Very cool. You did it.
I did it.
You did it.
Yes. And it's time to go.
Fine.
Right on time.
What's that?
All those are annual events at the bottom.
I love it. What's it? God Chasers. I love it.
Yeah, God Chasers just moved to a new church.
Oh, okay.
So we just say congratulations to them. And all
congratulations. Asians can do math.
A great stereotype.
I'm gonna be. And it's not always good stereotypes, right?
No, there's not.
It's like, Armenians, they can fly. You never get that. It's always about how.
I mean, our stereotype is
poopified.
chicken and watermelon. Everywhere you go, well, it's chicken. They like chicken. I mean, we do. I don't know. I don't know if it's a stereotype or the truth. You know what I'm saying?
KFC is not $1 billion industry just off of us.
I mean, thank you.
We ain't got $1 billion. You do.
And it's not my fault. Chicken can be cooked 8 different ways.
So many delicious ways. Oh my gosh.
So it ain't my fault that we utilize the chickens. But I will tell you the one time that we were in an accident. I think I did tell you this before.
Sorry.
Right. But my dad was so happy that we didn't die that day because he said that we had the KFC chicken box and hot sauce and pigskin rings and Coke. He said we got every
pigskin rings.
I said pigskin rings, but just pigskins.
Oh, okay.
But his thing was we have every stereotypical thing in this car right now. If we would have died, they would have been like, "Yep, it's some black folk for sure. They got pigskins and KFC and hot sauce,
2 watermelons in the trunk,
right?
And some grape Kool-Aid." Jugs.
He was like, we can't die. We can't die tonight, Lord. We can't die tonight. We ain't going down as just ninjas. You know what I'm trying to say.
Big shot to anybody who invites us to eat all those things somewhere this weekend.
Absolutely. Or brings them to us.
We want all of that.
And we love it all.
Daily. And that's some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So sometimes a stereotype is
pretty right on.
Pretty right on. I take it. All we need, bring a pan of cornbread because I am a fan.
You're a fan,
especially if it still has like bits of corn in it. And
you like the nice corn in it? Do you like your cornbread sweet though? Because the Jiffy Lube and they put a little bit more sugar if you do in the quick one.
Did you say Jiffy Lube?
I did say Jiffy Lube.
What is that?
Jiffy Lube.
Even when you get your oil change, you get cornbread.
Jiffy Lube is actually where you get your car done.
The Jiffy Lube. I should have gone to Jiffy Lube every time I got my oil change since I've been here. I'm thinking you think about the Jiffy box of.
Yes, the Jiffy, and then the lube came. I don't know where my head's at. Come on now.
You did say lube.
Let's pray.
Let us pray.
Let's talk to Jesus real quick. Dear Lord, thank you so very much for waking us up for another day and giving us another opportunity to uplift the kingdom. Thank you for our lessons and our blessings. Thank you for you. Give us traveling grace today. And of course, let's keep joy in our hearts, knowing that all things are possible through you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen, amen, and amen.
Amen. Where can I go get some cornbread right now?
If you want, Miss Kitchen.
Okay.
It's
Bye,
not
everybody.
sweet, though.
Where can I go get some?
Mia.
Do they would they have it at is there any fast food places where you can order?
No. Not no good cornbread. Nah, you'd be mad at me and yourself.
You know, sometimes cornbread is just corn. Sometimes even bad cornbread is still cornbread.
You're not gonna get mad at me, no.
I'm not gonna get mad at you. You help me with my fix. My wife will be mad, but I will I will be your bestest friend.
That's so funny.
All right, guys, we love you with everything. Keep it sexy, keep it clean, and of course, keep it classy. Alamo City, we love you guys. We're gonna see you guys tomorrow right here, same time for Cotton Candy Friday. Come on, man, you gotta. It's Friday tomorrow, so it's Cotton Candy Friday, and Glow will be in the building for Cotton Candy Friday.
Second verse Friday.
And second verse, okay. Second verse is something that happens outside these walls. Within these walls, there's going to be cotton candy jumping off, okay? So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Kissy face. Good night. Good night. There's so much more daytime.